So golfers, today we're looking at how you should turn correctly in the backswing and how we should get the sense of the alignments of your body to work correctly to give you the best possible chance of making sweet, sexy impact. So we definitely don't want to make a turn that's kind of underturned. We don't want to make a turn that's kind of working up in the air with your rib cage elevated. Those are things we commonly see, and I'm exaggerating things here, I'm making them look far worse. But when we don't turn correctly or elevate this rib cage too much, we're nearly always going to come down over the top, slice the ball, pull the ball, top the ball, fat the ball, be really inconsistent, be really weak. We really want to get this rib cage activated in the right way. Well, I've done a few videos where I've talked about, not making false turns. So a false turn is kind of moving the shoulder, but the rib cage and the thoracic spine don't move. We 100% want to make sure we move the rib cage as best we can. And to help facilitate that, other body parts help. Moving the hips more, moving the legs more, moving the knees more, and even the ankles if need be will help that. But we definitely want to feel the rib cage. Let's show you how to do it. Okay, if you take a ball, it can be any ball, hold it like you're going to catch it against your chest, place it just underneath your rib cage and take your golf posture. Now from there, if I make a correct turn and move this golf ball over and outside my trail foot, that is the kind of turn we want to make. I want to keep this rib cage facing a little bit down towards the ground. So if the rib cage faces up too much, you'll see there the ball has to move an awful lot. If the ball stays on its orientation, roughly, that is the correct kind of rib cage turn. Now there is a tiny bit of extension with the back for sure, but a lot of golfers won't move the rib cage rotary enough and move it so we get this forward bend element enough. Also, it's a combination of everything, unfortunately it is. But if we just take this ball and try and kind of rotate it around the corner here, pass it to our mate, that's the kind of feeling we want in our rotation. And in order to do that, I'm moving my quads, I'm moving my knees, I'm moving my hips. Because of my flexibility, I have to do it that way. But this is the rotation. Then from there, to keep the rib cage down in the downswing, if I threw this ball towards the golf ball, that's the feeling I want. I'm still keeping that rib cage now facing down. It is rotating back, but we're doing it in the right sequence. From there, it'd be a lateral move, followed by slight rotation. I'm still in a closed position at this point, where I'd be throwing and moving my arm and elbow off the rib cage to accelerate towards target and forward. And then the position that's kind of just past the ball with the arm action. That is what we want. The key thing is here, we load up the backswing correctly by moving correctly to give us the opportunity, okay, if I'm here, I can unwind and extend and push and put the power into the right places. I'm not causing my downswing issues by being in the wrong spot, which is what we see with most golfers. Most golfers stand poorly, move poorly in the backswing, and make a good job of trying to hit the golf ball from bad positions. And that's what goes on with most amateur golfers. Most pros stand fairly well. The backswings, they move their rib cage, they move their arms well. So it gives them an opportunity to be quite naturally athletic on the way down. And that's the areas we find most people are better at, because their skills from other sports transfer into this. If they've played sports at a level, they can find the ball. But if they're finding it from a bad spot, they tend to get very funky and lots of compensation, which means they can hit good shots, but it means they'll be really inconsistent, and that's not what we want to see. We want to see consistency increasing and get percentages better week by week. That's the idea with golf coaching, really. It's not about making your best shot better. It's about making your every shot better so that you can score better. So once you've got a feel for doing that exercise with a ball, again, you can do it without a ball, a pretend ball. Take your step to a ball. Try and feel you're going to move the rib cage and point the rib cage down. And for sure, the best shot of it today. That was pure. Strike was unbelievably good. Probably because I was a bit more down on the ball in terms of my rib cage. So I was here as opposed to up and fishing, which is definitely what I feel sometimes with my golf swing. I feel a little bit riskier through the golf ball than I want to. Other exercises you could do, obviously, if you get a golf club, same feeling, use your hands, cross your hands over here, and feel that same ribcage move, and look where this shaft points. The feeling is obviously loading, the pressure moves over across, it will start to move back to the lead foot before you finish your complete backswing. But for most golfers, if you just feel you load into that trail side, that's probably going to help you as much as anything else. And then from there, let your athletic self do what it wants to. Work through the golf ball. Don't work at the golf ball, work through the golf ball, and you will play better golf. Good luck.